knee, put your fist up. This is black power. We just brush it off when bottles rain like a shower. It's just a game, you idiots. Take it out and hold it. Don't you know there's bigger problems in the world right now like COVID? It's not coming home. Oh, it's not coming home. It's going back to Rome. Oh, it's not coming home. Everybody's crying now. It's not coming home. You black bastard, it's your fault. It's not coming home. If it was Hurricane and Mist, it wouldn't be the same. People take it to the streets. It's just a game.
It's taken time to build relationships. Extinction Rebellion is a largely white organisation, a largely white movement, and we haven't got all our shit together, and I'm sorry for that. And it's hard for the black people that are in Extinction Rebellion at times, but what we know in our bones, all of us I think, is that this is about family. This is about the family healing the rifts between us that have been created. We didn't ask for these divisions. We didn't ask for these wounds. We didn't ask for this bullshit. And we are willing to walk together towards each other in humility, in vulnerability, and find ourselves back together as a family. Because that's all we have, folks. The life support systems of this beautiful planet are currently in meltdown. You know, the jet stream is going all wobbly. It means the weather systems are fucking up. And the economic system behind it, standing behind that, is white supremacy and patriarchy. And it's taking us all down. And I know some of us are on the top bunks of that ship that are sinking, and some of us are on the bottom. But we're all going down in this ship with the billionaire class and its arrogance, focused on this idea that they're going to go to Mars or something, as if that's going to help us. So we're here today understanding that the common struggle behind us all is this division, this separation of the patriarchy and the economic system that it spawned. And so what we've been doing in Extinction Rebellion is taking on that economic system. And I wanted to say, by the way, standing in the road together, you look fucking beautiful, because whose streets are these streets? They're our streets. And this is what the system can't stand. When people stand together, they get in the road together, and they do it together. That's what the system can't stand. Now I'm wanting also to thank these brothers that are sitting up these bamboo structures. I'd like to think I could have a big pole up my arse for quite so long, but I'm not sure I could handle it. There we go. But well done to the brothers at the poles. And the system really doesn't like our bamboo. We took it outside Murdoch's place and we blocked the newspapers just for a day with our bamboo structures, and the system's really come down on us, bringing out forward bills, spike ops and all the rest of it to oppress us, to try and take away our rights to protest. And one of the reasons why we took on the Murdoch empire is not just to do with how much they're talking about the ecological crisis, is because we know what's central to their agenda is divide and conquer. And that's why we took on Murdoch, and that's why we say we need to free the press. So we've also been taking on this economic system. Some of us have had a bit of a word with Barclays Bank. You know, they've got a bit of a track record, Barclays Bank. Barclays Bank are the ones that were making money from those payments that were made to the slave owners till 2015, some of those directors. They're the ones that were supporting apartheid South Africa, and again they're on the wrong side of history. They're the biggest funders of the fossil fuel infrastructure that's destroying life on Earth. So some of us had a little word with them, with some hammers, because, as Emmeline Pankhurst said, there's no greater conversation in politics than that of the broken pain. And another thing that we've done in Extinction Rebellion is to start a repair harm action inspired by our colleagues from Stop the Maangamizi, in which those of us, and we know that many of us have privilege, we own our privilege here. What this is about is using our privilege for the great of us all, right? And we all have different amounts of privilege here. There are people in the global south really on the front lines, right? So we're using our privilege, and some of us have taken out credit cards because money's just created out of thin air in this mad system, and then they make us pay interest to them on this money they just created. So what we do with the Repair Harm Barclays action is we take out a credit card and we make a donation to Survival International. Again, put into contact with my brother Kofi, with the leaders of Survival International who've been supporting Indigenous people's rights and legal protests for many years. And so we have a GP, Sarah Ben, who took out $3.5 grand on a credit card from Barclays and gives the money away. And every month when they charge her interest, she just pays the money instead to Survival International. It's the Repair Harm action. And it's what we're trying to do is be that solidarity in action. Well, that resulted in 4 Metropolitan Police officers coming and raiding my house at 5:30 in the morning a few months ago. But I'm not frightened because we're a strong movement and we're standing together. And we know that we're all going down. We're either going to go in the direction of eco-fascism, where they want my teenage sons to fight wars on their behalf, or we're going to pull together. We're not going to be behind walls, hiding from each other. We're going to be together as a family. That's the only way we're going to survive these times. So once again, it's a real honour and a pleasure to be here, to be in service. As the sister says, we're here to take instruction. Thank you for being on the roads. It's the rebellion. That's the way we're going to do this, folks, is finding that rebellious spirit. And boy, it's a sexual female energy, by the way, the rebellious spirit. That's where it comes from. It comes from the witches in us, sisters, right? And thanking the King Energy of Kofi holding our movement together as well. So thank you for the honour of speaking, being with you today. We love you all. We're beautiful together. We apologise for everything we get wrong. We'll keep doing it, but we're fucking going to keep turning up because that's all we got left. With you, lots of love. Thank you.
That was Dr. Gail Bradbook, one of the co-founders of Extinction Rebellion. Hail her again, please. And let's hail Extinction Rebellion Lambeth, Extinction Rebellion London, Extinction Rebellion Bristol, Extinction Rebellion International Solidarity Network, Extinction Rebellion All African Affinity Network, all the Extinction Rebellion chapters that have worked with us today. Extinction Rebellion Ghana also. All right. So now, I'm going to call upon the Global African Congress before I bring in our next sweetness of edutainment from the power couple, Amenwa and Narai Kizi. So, do we have Sister Mel from the Global African Congress, please? Let's hear her, please.
Greetings, sorry, I'm just waiting for my document. I didn't want to come up here and just speak from the heart. I usually do, but I wanted to make sure that what I had to say was poignant today. So greetings, family. I'm Mel Mullins from the Global African Congress. I'm the membership officer. So greetings all, greetings, wake up, greetings! I'm proud to stand here today in front of you all, you beautiful people, representing GAC UK. Love to the elders, the young, and all of the allies, thank you. Risings and blessed love to you all. GAC, we are an organisation specifically campaigning for reparations. We demand it. It is our duty to do this work. We stand on the shoulders of giants, our amazing ancestors. We need justice for them. We need justice for ourselves. We will get the justice, which is our reparations. We go by the mantra, land plus language equals liberty. your country of birth or origin. In general, if you came today not understanding what reparations actually is, you're in the right place. What will it mean when we get it? What will it do? What will it look like? And there is always that age-old debate that continues, even in my own family. Some say we now go get it. My question to those people is, what are you doing to get it? What is it we actually want? We want to make sure our planet, especially our motherland, the Caribbean, the Latin Americas, and where our people are, does not continue to be abused and pillaged through various sorts of ecocide. We need climate justice now. Our indigenous peoples, land being uprooted underneath them, their way of subsistence stolen and commercialized by the West, them being disenfranchised, discriminated, and victims of silent genocide. Our minerals and precious metals being stolen and no development of the continent. Have you seen those trauma porn pictures on social media with celebrities? Yeah? Handing out their grubby bowls to our youth in Africa. That needs to stop. We must be repatriated to the motherland. That is where we're from. We want our trillions of pounds, euros, dollars of our stolen goods that is still owed to us. You know, some of it in private collections, not to mention those pieces of ancient materials in the museums. They desecrated our monuments, burned down our buildings, and stole and burned down thousands of books and ancient artifacts, dug up our ancestors and have their bodies displayed in museums and rewrote history and herstory. They belong to us. They belonged to our ancestors. The monetary profits that we should be gaining from rightly, they're going to the wrong set of people. They are benefiting and continue to benefit from our motherland. The system of white supremacy and capitalism is still fully active today. We are having to approach things in a strategic way because of the distractions that come up in droves. Racism, colorism, injustice, police brutality, etc. And I'm not saying distraction to downplay our suffering. I am using the word specifically because if the white supremacists wanted, they could just stop it, just like that. Hence, it is a distraction. They play on our emotions. Reparations is not a simple and logical thing. It's not that they did the greatest crime against humanity to us, so automatically we're going to get what's due. There is far more to it than that. It involves a hell of a lot of organizing, coming together, campaigning, raising awareness, galvanizing the naysayers, and getting the opposition to steer out our way. Be wise, brothers and sisters. That tailspin of mental trauma permeates our communities and then destroys us, divides us, leading us to mass deaths, which is genocide. And then they get to use clickbait taglines, and enough of us falsely swallow it up. This black on black violence being more prevalent than it really is, to instead enable them to get ahead in life. They destroy us from within and stand back and laugh while we continue the cycle. All forms of wrongdoing to those of African heritage must end now. It is increasingly being called out, no matter who is contributing to the injustice. We, the descendants of those who are enslaved, have never received any financial reparations, even though the African Holocaust, also known as the Ma'afa, that was inflicted on the people of African heritage via the Mohammedan enslavement, transatlantic enslavement, and then the colonization of Africa as a result of the Berlin Conference in 1884. This laid the foundations for European and Western national wealth creation. These systems have resulted in the UK, black community being the most likely of all ethnic groups to have less than an average weekly income of under £400. The form of racism experienced by people of African heritage is defined as Afrophobia, which is the prejudice, discrimination, fear, hatred, and bigotry towards people of African heritage and things African. So what do we want the opposite, which is Afrophilia, to look like? Learn, unlearn, relearn our history, our herstory. Join Black History Studies. Create being centered with our ancestry and our identity. Getting into our consciousness. No longer are we a singular country. We are a collective of Africans. Take back what is rightfully ours. Not just our culture, not education. Support black-owned business. Invest and develop Africa. Partnering up with all kinds of black-led organizations, including my own GAC. Calling out the injustices when we see them, including globally. Using correct terminology, it is important. A racist is a racist. Understanding that not all skin folk are kinfolk. We want to uplift our people, not drown ourselves in the sunken place of race gatekeepers and traitors. Teach, not preach. Remember at all times, the global community may not be fearing as well as we are in comparison. Find ways to protect our planet. Support, supplement, know what they're learning, and it's rubbish. Lastly, I want to big up all the organizations, all the volunteers, politicians around the world who are taking up reparations as a cause and accelerating the process to justice. We will overcome. What did I say? We will overcome. Thank you.
Give thanks, hail up Sister Mel from the Global African Congress UK. So right now, I want to bring forward the power couple who are going to give us some sweet edutainment. And then I have to remind each and every one of us, it's not just about us here. So we're going to hear from Brother Kep Hello, who's going to be telling us what's happening in Haiti. We're also going to be having edutainment from Radical Ra. We're also going to be hearing from Respect Rebel Lion and the Forever Family. So please, the sun will go down,